right. Okay. Waiting for the stream to come on. All right. Okay. All right. I think we're okay. For the stream to come on. The lag seems much less. Usually it's like 20 or 30 seconds. I hope we don't have webcam running. The lag seems much less. Usually it's like 20 or 30 seconds. All right. Camera's up. Camera 2 is not up. All right. 30E. There we go. I think we're okay now. Let me switch over to the on-stream chat. Double check that my voice settings are all right. Okay, this looks. We seem to be okay. All right, so good morning. It's about 7:01 a.m. here in New Hampshire, and let me turn on the volume on this. And it's time for my 15-minute push on a personal project that otherwise I wouldn't be doing if I wasn't doing it for at least 15 minutes a day. The project is making a magazine for my nerd friends, which including myself, in the area. And a nerd magazine, the idea is like to make this cool, glossy magazine with a website that I can have printed professionally at my commercial printer dude, and then just kind of leave it around places and see if people find it. It's kind of like a big Easter egg, I suppose, and to create a kind of, a sense that there is a nerd community in Nashua, New Hampshire, which you wouldn't. It's not a place like Austin or Portland where you imagine that nerds just fall out of the trees and are happy all the time and doing whatever. There's a good number of normal people around Nashua, but I want to find the people who are a little weird, and then by making something like this, I want to find the creative weird people so I can hang out with them or something. And there's enough things going on that I think it could feel like maybe a 4 or 8 page glossy thing. I have some photographer friends, and I have some writer friends, and I have some nerd friends in the area that I think could help me pull this off. I wanted to do this for a couple years now, and everything else just seemed to get in the way. So I'm employing this 15-minute trick just to see how it works. And this is getting into the end of week 4. And I've actually gotten quite a bit done. Surprisingly, you can get a lot done in 15 minutes. And it does a good job of setting the tone for the day. So let me switch to my notebook here. And, let's see, let me type something into the live stream chat. Good morning. It's Thursday. September 1st. Let's see if that even shows up. Yep. Okay, so the chat integration is working. And that chat is in my Discord chat, davidsay.com/Discord, in the live stream channel. So anyway, what I've been getting done is, this is the Nerd Magazine project, and, my Nerd Magazine continuity log started on August 8th. And the reason why I keep this continuity log is to remember what I did every day, because it's like 24 hours ago is like a lifetime ago. I cannot remember what I did in the morning. I can't remember what I did like 2 hours ago. I could guess. I was probably asleep. But ask me again in 4 hours what I did 2 hours ago, and I would have completely forgotten. Such is the mind of the easily distracted introvert. We live in our heads all the time. Anyway, adjust this camera. Still kind of waking up. Let's see. Everything looks good here. Where I left off on the Nerd Magazine was the refinement of the first sample article around which everything is going to rotate or be drawn from. And that was an article about this pizza stuff I was doing. So here's the source article. And if I recall yesterday, what did I do? That's not the, this is, oh, here's the source article. It's like actually fairly long. It, it describes like why I wanted to do it, the problem. It's kind of written like a lab report, but turning this into a very, very short, very visual image. That's part of the magazine art direction. But I wanted to start with like a meaty source here. No pun intended. To kind of help set the overall tone for the magazine, because the magazine itself is still being designed in my head. After I get the living room cafe, like my upstairs living room, that's will be designed to look like a coffee shop. I'll invite some people over to do some larger brainstorming. But I wanted to start with some sample content first to engender conversation. So you can see I've already put some skin in the game. That always helps when you're starting a project. So, but now I'm at the point where I'm actually trying to do things. The living room is being painted right now. That should be done at the end of this week, or hopefully the end of this week. Then next we can go in and get this big room divider that I think will give me some storage and some more structure to the upstairs. And then the living room cafe is technically open. Still not sure if I like the paint color. But I'll live with it. A badoon sound. Oh, the cat's making sad noises. Okay, we had to pet the cat for a moment. Oh, the cat's running away. Kitty. See my mastery of cat love. Love me, kitty! Love me! Oh well, that's not going to work. After the chat, I'll have to spend some time with her. So, what am I doing? Yesterday, I was working on the website technology. I got away from article content development and started to do more, the technical stuff, website-based things. Just because I kind of wanted a break from it. I think the article development itself might wait until I can have that group meeting in the living room cafe. Might be able to stream it too by then. So working on the technical stuff is something I had to do by myself currently. So maybe that's not such a bad thing. So I should make a note of that. Excuse me. Today's Thursday, September 1. Decide to put off article, photo, div until general meeting to see who's interested. So today we're going to work on more DSCOM Metal setup. DSCOM Metal is the website. I'm using something called Metalsmith, which is a static site generator. Currently my website, my personal website, is WordPress. But I've been trying to get away from WordPress for a while because, there's a lot of security issues with it. I'm constantly worried about it. It's kind of a big hog on server resources. The server I have is like $100 a month, and it's slow because WordPress is slow. Even running WordPress on my MacBook Pro, which is like probably 10 or 20 times faster than the server it's running on, it's slow on this too, running locally. And so that's like all the plugins I have installed that make my site work. That plus the security issues, that plus the coolness of making a static site generator. Those are the three reasons why I want to switch this thing. I think it will be like the basis of making other cool things. But of course I don't know how to do any of that stuff yet. It does also affect the kind of works I'm doing because it involves using Node.js and JavaScript and Express, which are web technologies that, if you know how to use them, are pretty good paying things to know. So I guess without any more hemming and hawing, set our 15 minutes and see how far I get. 7:10 right now. I've kind of talked myself awake. So, counting down now. All right. Mind blank. Let me pull up my Quiver notebook again. Oh, I used to have a reminder. Startup. I need to terminal, open term to my user folder, DSCom metal. Oops, no, it's not DSCom. It's nerd metal. Open Sublime project. Open browser. That's how I start up this project. So, open a term. There's a terminal window. CD, DSay, web, nerd metal. Oh, and then I should actually do, what was it? Nodes, build. I think that's it. Yep, that's node, build, open Sublime project, open browser. We can open the browser now. Hello, open browser. There's the browser, and I need to go to localhost 3000. Oops, that's weird. Must have hit. And there's no current index file, I believe, because it's in, what is it? It's posts. No, this is where I can open the Sublime project. Let's see, Sublime. So begin that, and this is the right, which project is this? This is actually the project I want, so that's good. Everything is in, oh, okay, the file's called pizza HTML. All right. Because right now there's no actual website structure. So there's that. So this is how far we've gone so far. I guess I had to choose a focus for what to develop next. I have the very most minimal Metalsmith setup, and I still am learning how to use it. It's based around a whole bunch of text files. So, for example, this file here, this is the build file that I was running when I was doing it in the terminal down here. Like what I did, node, which is the name of the execution environment, Node.js, which is everywhere if you're a web developer. Period / is the current web directory, a file called build.js specifically, JS meaning JavaScript. Here's the build.js file, and this is what's in it. At the top of it, it loads a bunch of modules, Metalsmith being the main module. It's all JavaScript, by the way. Then it loads a bunch of submodules that are also used to process things. And the way that Metalsmith works is that you instantiate the object, which is Metalsmith. You pass it the current directory, which is this constant here. And then you define a chain of stuff that happens. This is very similar. This is I'm not sure what this pattern is called. But the idea that you can write a bunch of steps that happen one after the other. This has been like I found this a useful pattern to use in creating more complicated JavaScript code. I'm using it for the network code I'm about to work on later, for regular work. So what this is doing is it's kind of like it's a pipeline. So it takes all the files in directory name. It looks in a folder called content, and then it applies this markdown filter to everything that was in that folder, and it converts the markdown into something, HTML, I guess. Then that HTML file goes to the next step, which loads a template. and I guess the markup in the HTML gets translated and it's put into this doc.root folder, and then it launches Metalsmith, which is the oh wait, is that right? Well, it launches Metalsmith, the Express web server, which I guess launches it, and then it also tells it to watch for changes in any of the source paths, which is this source, and it looks for something like a live reload, and then if there's an error, it emits an error. So let's see, source. Actually, there is no source file. Oh, this should be looking. I think this should actually say content. Oops. So if I change something in the content, it should refresh everything. Let's just test that, why don't we? So I'm saving the build file. I'm going to reorganize this a little bit so we can see everything at the same time. This is unstyled HTML. That's something I'll eventually will have to do. Let's see. Let's go to one screen here. That's okay. Because I'm obsessive, I'll make that the same width. So, alright, so up here, this is the web file. According to, why do I keep opening this Sublime project thing? Here's the build.js file we were just looking at. Doc.root, this is where the generated files go. Source or content is where my source articles are. So I need to rerun this because I changed the file. Now it's, oh, did I screw that up? Oh wait, I guess that was not a, looking at this error message. It says it's watching string content now, but here before it said, what the heck was that? But here it was saying that it was watching an actual folder. So I think that was actually one thing I changed. I didn't have to change. Originally I did have a folder called source, which is why I changed that. But I'm looking at this now, and I think this is actually a macro expansion around something defined called source, but I don't know where that, oh wait, it's up here. That's what it is. So that's some mystical Metalsmith thing I didn't know about. So let me rerun this again on the bottom here. So now it's watching content. So now, if I change this pizza file, which is in the content directory, like for example, title, right here, now here it's lowercase. This is not being processed. It's supposed to reload something. I don't see anything happening. Why isn't live reload working? This probably doesn't have any JavaScript in it to live reload it. That probably should be part of the template file. I should get live reload working. So how do we do that? I have no idea. Live reload. Let's get my browser up here. It's already here. Smith live reload. Live reload is a script that when it changes a source file, the server detects it and then it sends a message to the browser telling it to reload a particular source file. And the way that works is that the web browser needs to be running a JavaScript script that is monitoring a WebSocket with the server, listening for commands to reload and what to reload. And then what will happen is it will reload that file and refresh it. Or refresh the whole page. I'm wondering now if the live reload code that I'm using is in another project is actually incorrect for what I'm doing. Because having just described how it works, I should be able to roll my own version of it. Yeah, instead of like trying to figure out what this thing is doing. Let's take a look at this. I have live reloads true. Let's take a look at this again. Look at the documentation here. Paths, you somehow it has to load this script. To get the live reload working properly, you need to add the following script to your template files and enable live reloading of each page. Do I have a template file? Is that even the right port? I have no idea. So let's go back to my source file here. Live reload true. Let's look at my templates. I don't think the templates are being loaded though. Block content h1 is equal to title. It doesn't look like that's even happening. I don't think this is even these templates aren't even being used. Why is that? I probably have to specify the template. I guess there's no default template. Here's the Jade template that does all that stuff. And then layout. This is probably where I had to put it. So how do I insert a script in Jade? Insert script tag in Jade template. Huzzah for the internet. It's include. Oops, DNS resolution error. That's probably not Jade. It's not called Jade anymore. It's called Pug. There's some. How do I render inline JavaScript with Jade? Come on. Script type equals. Okay, so I need to do this, I guess. Script type equals. No, wait, that's not what I want. I just want to insert a script tag. It's too bad this doesn't work. Is it Puglang now? Ah, dang it. Pug template engine. They have no. I guess they don't have a website for it anymore. It's annoying. Now it's pugjs.org. It looks like Google's hasn't re-indexed all that stuff. So docs. What I want to do is pugjs. Let's see if I can search this. I mean, should be. It's probably something really easy, but script or use script tag. How do I even load? I just want to load like a regular. Is this how it works? Script type text ID. How do I even load this stupid file? What is this? Script type equals text JavaScript. Source, let's assume it looks something like this, which seems to be I was expecting some fancy template-y way of this happening. I don't even know it's right. Let's see what happens though. Where's my browser? Google Chrome. I think I embiggened it. Let's go back over there. Let's run this. I don't think that's going to actually do anything. But I might be surprised. Nope, it's not doing shit. But it could be because I haven't specified the template here. does this work? Let me look at my old, I had this working, problem with doing code for the 15 minutes is you get going for a little bit and then you have to stop. But actually, the interesting thing is I got started on something at least. I'm going to go for a little bit longer just to finish this thought and I'll call it done. So I'm looking to see how the heck did I set this up before. My build.js here, I use templates, engine J, directory templates. That looks the same as it was before. Source is source. Posts, how did I have this? Oh, maybe I just have it formatted wrong. Let's copy that. Go back to here. Maybe there has to be a leading thingy. Pizza article A. Today's date is 0901. Template article J draft true. Crash. Error using layout. So this is lowering the template engine. Invalid indentation. You can use tabs or spaces, but not both. Well, okay. Which file was this in? Layout Jade. Oh, those are both. All right, let's try this again. Try to get our live reload to work. Oops. Error. Invalid indentation. What? I thought I fixed that. Oh. This is all using spaces. So convert maybe the tabs. Oh, I can see what's going on. I guess I am using spaces. Let's try that again. Oh, it didn't break. Good. So what happens here? Oh, so it did seem to actually insert stuff. But the question is, did it actually put the live reload in? I see script source, that looks like it's correct. So that means so this is the one I wanted, if I changed any of this text, will a live reload? It did! Oh my goodness! Alright. So, yeah, it says it really here. So now we have our development cycle going. So if I added a paragraph here that says, this is a new line. When I save it, the browser will reload. So, okay, that's here. I haven't saved it yet. And on this left side here, right around above here, I should see something up here. So watch that. I'm going to click here and going to type Command S to save it. And it reloaded. That's cool. All right. So a little bit of progress made today. Oh, hey, it's. Sorry I didn't hear you before. How's things going? This is talking in the YouTube chat room. I don't think I have audio set up again. I don't think anyone is in the Discord chat, voice chat. Oh, Katsune's in the voice chat. But for some reason I'm not hearing anything out of it. I keep forgetting to check that. Kit, did you hear anything? Or did you say something I didn't hear you? Maybe not. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm going to write what I got done, and I lost just my mouse cursor. Where did the mouse cursor go? That was weird. So what did I do today? So oh, okay. Someone, like, it was just monitoring. Let's see. So anyway, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. So here we're deciding to put up the article. So what I got done is I got live reload working in the Jade /pug template in nerd metal. I guess that is what I got done, but in about 15 minutes plus another 15 minutes of flapping my mouth. So that is, I believe, that is what I got done today. So next I'm going to go and work. Well, first I had to feed the cat, and then give the cat his insulin shot, and play with the other cat. And then my friend Katie is going to come over and do some more painting in the living room today. And then I am going to work on refactoring some network code for work, and which I'll probably live stream. Because otherwise, like, it's not work I'm really particularly looking forward to, because who wants to refactor network code? And debugging is crash. So I'm going to have to live stream it so I feel that there are eyes on me, expecting great things. So that's the morning. You got a little bit of stuff done for myself. I'm kind of excited just getting that live reload cycle to work. And I'll be back online. I'll be back on the air probably around 8 or 9. I'll just stream for a few hours there. And I've heard that like for more than one person that people like putting on the co-working streams that I do in the background. I guess is soothing, that knowing someone else is working on something when you don't want to either. And there's some magical connection that's happening there. I don't understand it, but I'm going to keep pursuing it until I figure out what's going on. So with that, I'm signing out. Have a good Thursday. Happy September 1st, and I'll see you all later.